Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back once again for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me back on the podcast, we had her on after a dominant career with Norfolk State. Only way to describe that with all the wins and accolades she was able to get. She came over to the Big 12, West Virginia, the Mountaineers, continued to do what she does best. And yeah, that's dominate. That's get wins. That's lead her team to the NCAA tournament. For the fourth straight year, she has been able to be a part of March Madness, an absolute legend in the college basketball ranks. Ladies and gentlemen, 6'2" forward out of West Virginia, Kierra Mimi Wheeler. What's going on, Mimi?
Hey Jay, thank you for having me on.
Hey, always, always. I mean, you always have a spot with the Slim Sports family. You know that. Obviously, a great time having you on last year, talking about your career with Norfolk State, all of the success, all of the wins that you got during your career back then. And obviously came over to West Virginia, didn't miss a beat, able to go into their system, produce right away as a big time starter, as an all conference caliber player. And I want fans, viewers, before we hop into these questions, to get to know who you are, get to know some of these accolades and accomplishments to your name in a segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where I'm going
Okay.
to show off what you do best by doing what I do best, and that's making some graphics right here, showing
Okay.
off all of these awards. You were Big 12 tournament champions, beat TCU in the championship game, made it to the NCAA tournament once again, round of 32. And this NCAA tournament was your fourth straight NCAA tournament appearance, made it three times with Norfolk State as well. And during your time with the Spartans, obviously MEAC Player of the Year back in 2024, two-time all conference first team selection, three-time total, three-time all defensive team selection. And I mean, accolades and accolades and accolades, wins and wins and wins. I mean, we could be here all day talking about that, but we got to hop into the questions. And I got to talk to you real quick. I mean, about going into this season, you're coming off of this insane career at Norfolk State where you've been able to beat Power Five opponents. You've been able to win championships, get these accolades, put up these numbers. You make the move over to West Virginia. And like I said before, you don't miss a beat. You make an immediate impact. What was it that was able about your playing style and their culture to where you were able to blend so well and contribute right away?
Just Mark Kellogg's, his defense, his willingness to win. I think we had that in common from the very beginning, as you said. Like I came from Norfolk State, we were a winning program. I knew that I wanted to play for a winning coach and just somebody who valued defense and winning and just a team and making basketball truly a team sport. So just coming into that program, I think it fitted me well, knowing that we had our common goals, common interests, and then me just coming in as a competitor and wanting to keep that same mindset and like his standard, and he had a standard that he had to uphold, and I take pride in that. So just coming into um wanting to be a Mountaineer and wanting to represent the blue and gold just as much as I did my last school.
Hey, absolutely. And I mean, you and I talked last time I had you on. You have experience going against Power Five opponents, not only
Mhm.
putting up numbers, but also beating them. I mean, you guys
Mhm.
beat, I believe it was Missouri and Auburn a year ago when you were at Norfolk State. You
Mhm.
yourself, I mean, you were putting up numbers. You even had 20 points against Maryland and Alabama throughout the season. Maryland, I believe, coming in the NCAA tournament. So we talked about last time, obviously, you knew what you could do against this level of competition. You knew that you could go against the best of the best and be able to contribute for a team. How would you say having that confidence going into Big 12 action where you're going against the best of the best every night? A lot of players that were in the WNBA draft that are in the WNBA right now are from the Big 12. You should be included in that list. I'm not going to hate on WNBA scouts. It's just my opinion. It's my podcast. I'm allowed to say that. But I mean, talk to me real quick about going into the Big 12 and this dominance that you were known for from the MEAC conference, how you were able to bring that to the Big 12.
Just staying with that same confidence. I didn't let really the level kind of slow me down. I came in with the same mindset and just being able to know, like, yes, this is a different level, and I did have to adjust because I went from primarily being like an undersized five to now being a four and playing a little bit behind the ball. So it was definitely a different look for me. But I just came in with the mindset of willing to learn a new system and willing to learn how it is at this level, and while still maintaining my game and just wanting to be strong down low and not being, fearful. I came in with the same confidence and knowing that, the Big 12 is a great conference, but it's just nothing I haven't seen before. And just taking that into the year with me had it created a lot of opportunities, me being able to, come in and start and make a great impact, and also having coaches that, believed in me, that fed into me, and that wanted me to make an impact from the jump, knowing that it was my last year and I wanted to continue to do something special.
Absolutely. I mean, on the season as a whole, put up 13.4 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, shot over 50% from the field. And I mean, some of these games, I mean, 21 points and 10 rebounds against Cincinnati. You go against number 11, Iowa State. You had 25 points and 7 rebounds, helping them to a win in that game as well, by the way. And then going against Texas Southern, did a little bit of everything: 23 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. I mean, whatever you were able to do, you did it in order to help your team win. And that's partially why you guys got off to this incredible start where you guys were 6-0 to open up the season, including a 57-49 win over number 15 Duke, 10-2 heading into Big 12 play. What would you say really clicked for the team overall heading into conference action to where you guys were able to put wins in the books and able to take down some nationally ranked opponents because you guys knew you were up there in the national rankings as well?
I think our wins were very important, and I think our losses were very important. The Duke game, me and a couple players got ejected, but we still, my team had 5 players, and we still remained like on top, and that was very like inspirational for us. Because we need everybody. That just let us know that we need everybody, that we want to stay connected, and we just kind of built our connection throughout the year. The non-conference schedule was very planned out, and just us building our chemistry and knowing like coming in the Big 12 conference, okay, we had 2 losses. We didn't like those feelings of how it was, and then our ten wins was something that we were proud of and that we wanted to continue to build on. So just coming into the conference, and I think that they had us like placing fifth. We felt disrespected. We didn't think we were a fifth place team in the conference at all. So just taking that on and knowing the non-conference that we had and what we wanted, our end goal was just from the very beginning, from the summer. We just took that coming into the conference and wanting to be dominant. No matter who we played, whether it was on the road, whether it was at home, we wanted to protect home, and we wanted to get wins on the road.
Yeah, obviously, you guys were able to get wins left and right. You yourself, obviously, putting up the numbers and putting up some big time highlights throughout the season as well. And I believe we got to do this last year when I had you on. We're going to do it once again, talking about some of these big time highlights, these big time plays in a segment that I like to call Make That Play, where once again, I went through Synergy, looked at what I felt like were your top 3 plays, put them on my list. And I obviously I have them right here, but as you all know, I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan of the stand. So what do I know? I'm just looking at film. You're the one on the court doing what you do best. So from your perspective, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
Mm, my best play. It's hard. I had a few favorite plays. One of my best plays I think is when we played like Miami, Ohio, and I like got this steal and I went coast to coast with and scored with my left. That was probably my best play because I don't. My coach been trying to get me to use my left hand all year, so that was kind of iconic for me.
Hey, that one was on my list there for a while. I
Okay.
believe it fell to 4 or 5, somewhere around there. I'm going to start off at number 3 on my list, and that's your and one going against Oklahoma State, where you ended up
Mhm.
catching the ball on the wing, pump faked the defender to get her in the air, drove past her to the basket. She tries to come back, she's right on your hip, but you end up getting that layup through contact with her trying to get you. And obviously, you go to the free throw line, do your thing there. So, that right there is at number 3. Number 2 is your reverse layup going against App State, where you ended up catching the ball on the block, dribbled baseline out of one double team, basically went straight into another double team. And one of the defenders, actually your primary defender that was guarding you, actually fell at your feet. So now you're having to deal with that. Make sure you don't step on her face and mess up your feet. You go up for a nice little reverse layup there. And obviously, you were able to put 2 more points on the board for your team. That's at number 2. Number 1 is your and one going against Ohio State, where you ended up catching the ball on the wing, drove a step to the right, and hit a nice little spin move to drive left with the opposite hand. You talk about using your left there. End up going in there, dribble with the left hand, finish with the right. So able to do a multitude of things using that athleticism, going through contact as well. Got the foul, went to the free throw line for the N1 opportunity there. So obviously just 3 of over 200 makes that you had on this season, helping your team do whatever you could. And I mean, the talent on this team, obviously yourself included, doing what you did, but Jaya Cook, who averaged 15 points per game. Jordan Harrison, who's now in the WNBA. Congrats to her, 13 points per game by her. Sydney
Mhm.
Shaw, she averaged 12.6 points per game as well. You now this Big 12 obviously is just different. I mean, these so many talented scores yourself with these three players and the rest of the team. Talk to me real quick about the role that you took with this team. Obviously, at Norfolk State, you were the guy, the head honcho. You and Diamond were 1A, 1B during that
Mhm.
year there before coming over to West Virginia. How would you describe the role that you took this past year to where you were still able to flourish and help this team win?
It was just doing whatever my team needed me to do to win. And some games it wasn't just my scoring, it was my defense or it was my leadership, or it was just me getting the rebounds or my passing. If I was seeing a double team, I had Sydney Shaw, great shooter, G is the great shooter, Jordan can shoot the ball. So just having that outside in game a lot more and just being able to bounce off them and their energy. We play fast, we play a lot in transition, so we have to get out in transition and they helped me upgrade, my transition game. And as fast as they were getting up the floor, I had to be just as quick. So just playing with them just got me a lot better in knowing their spots and us getting to know each other's spots. I mean, Gia is one of the fastest guards I've ever played with. I mean, she's great in transition. She's electric to play with. And Jordan's a great point guard. She controls the floor. So me coming in as a grad student, but also learning a new system, I think getting to play with Jordan and Shaw, who were already there, they were just great teammates and teaching us and making sure we all get to our spots. So I like that we had like a balanced combo on the floor. That was a lot different for me to see. But just as the season progressed, I think we all got very comfortable in our roles, and it was hard to pay attention to one person because we all could do something. So that was like just a great threat for our team. And just being able to like the Mountaineer Coliseum, just that environment was great. I mean, I never played in an environment like that. So just playing with great guards and that's getting me the ball, that's stealing the ball at the top of the press, and that's just really was one of a kind.
Overall on the season, obviously going off and winning the Big 12 championship, where you guys overall on the season wrapped up the season 28-7, 14-4 in Big 12 action. Two of those losses, though, in Big 12 action were to TCU, but you
Hmm.
guys ended up beating them in the game that mattered most, obviously, which was the Big 12 championship. You
Hmm.
guys lost to them 51-50 in game one, 59-50 in game two.
Hmm.
Obviously single digits. You guys know that you're right there. You have what it takes to beat them, and you guys ended up beating them in the Big 12 championship 62-53.
Hmm.
So talk to me real quick about playing them in that Big 12 championship game. What was the biggest difference when it came to taking down the Horned Frogs?
One, we already knew it was going to be hard to beat us three times. The first one really got away with us. We had a horrible start to that game. TCU is a great scoring team, so for us to hold them to 50 points each game was like we was saying like we have to score offensively. Like we have to. We are getting stops. I mean, there was one of the top scoring teams in the league in the country, but we was holding them down to 50 points every time. But it was us about our offense flowing and us scoring more, and because we knew that we were going to get the stops. So we just came in really motivated. I think those two losses pained us. The one was at home and was a game winner by Suarez, and the second one they kind of went on a run in the third quarter, and we had beat them all quarters except for the third. So it was hard losses for us. So we knew if we seen them at the championship that we wanted to show them what we had and what we had left out on the floor those last 40 minutes we played. So that was just a great experience. I think me and my teammates kind of came together and we did everything we needed to get our stops. Marta Suarez and Olivia Miles, great players, and we just kind of focused in on them and made sure that they didn't get their averages, that they wasn't so impactful that we couldn't win the game.
Hey, obviously, you guys were able to pull it off, came out on top with the Big 12 championship, went into the NCAA tournament where I believe you guys were a four seed
Hmm.
in that first round matchup where you guys played Miami of Ohio in the
Hmm.
round of 64 in the NCAA tournament. And you yourself, obviously, you have these past experiences with Norfolk State in the NCAA tournament. You yourself, I want to ask you about your experience there. Talk to me real quick about how you would say this year's experience in March Madness differed compared to what you had been accustomed to with Norfolk State.
So I never had home court advantage. I mean, I was always going up a 16 seed. We were always the underdogs, so it was definitely completely different. I was definitely wavering to my teammates, like just because we have the top seed, we got to stay on notice. This is March, like just coming from a bottom seeded team, we looking to take people's heads off. We looking to take people's spots. So it was more telling my team like, let's not take this for granted because I've been in both positions now, and then also just like taking advantage of our environment. Like I wanted to take advantage. I mean, the Coliseum was sold out twice, on Saturday and on was that yeah on Saturday and on Monday, and it was just a great environment. Like I've never heard the Coliseum that loud. I couldn't even. I was calling out picks. I felt so bad for Jordan. I was calling out picks, and I know she couldn't hear me. It was just that loud in there. I mean, the Kentucky game was a great game. Painful loss for us. Of course, we wanted it really bad. I think we played our butts off, and when it came to, like the clock just ended a little bit too soon for us, and we left everything on the floor. But that was just a great game for us. It was a great game for Mountaineer Nation. I think they're going to be like that's going to leave them fans for the upcoming next year. Like people are so proud of us, and that was the first time that we ever got to host in like I don't know how like it was like over 50 years, or it had been a really long time since we got to host. So just seeing everybody show up for the blue and gold and just being able to take advantage of being at home. I got to sleep in my own bed. And I know a lot of people didn't get to do that. So just coming into those games prepared and hungry because we did want to see the Sweet 16. We fell short, but I'm very proud of my team and what we did in that last game.
Hey, I mean, obviously, you guys were able to make history for the program doing what you guys did. So, congratulations on that. Definitely, obviously, one loss isn't the whole season. You guys had incredible wins throughout the year, and you yourself, you were able to put yourself on a national stage every single week. You now you're actually going to the pro ranks to where you can continue to put yourself on that stage, continue to show people that you belong with the best of the best, show them that you can compete at the professional level and also make some money to your name as well. Because you're going to the Upshot League, which is, I believe, in their first year of existence. You're going to the team in Greensboro, where, from what I saw, it looked like the teams are from the Carolina areas, the Georgia Panhandle part of Florida. So it's in that
Mhm.
region overall. You get to play alongside one of your former teammates from Norfolk State in Diamond. So you guys already have that little connection there. Talk to me real quick about the opportunity to be able to continue your basketball career at the professional level and what this means moving forward for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just super excited. Any opportunity to get better, just go to the next level. I'm grateful for. The Upshot League is building up and it's going to grow. And I think we have a lot of women's basketball players over in the States that need somewhere to go. Besides the W, you know what I'm saying, that just have just as good as talent. I mean, a lot of players. I mean, the W is growing, but a lot of players get waived, and that ultimately deserve a spot. And I think the Upshot League is a great place to grow the game. And just me being able to be a part of the first year, I'm honored. Coach Washington has put in a lot of work to get things going. Everybody, I think there's 5 teams now, but all the coaches have put in a lot of work to get everything flowing and get these schedules down and get the girls down here, and housing and everything has been like very tight ship. They have been getting things together, and so I'm just excited for people to get an opportunity to play at the next level, to give us another option for what we want to do outside of our careers, outside of our pro careers, or the next step for our pro careers. And as far as playing with Diamond, that's like bread and butter. Like we just bounce off of each other. Like she matches my energy. I mean, I got to play with her for 2 years, but that's really like somebody that I truly enjoyed playing with. I enjoyed practicing with and working out with. Like everything we did it together, and we did it as competitors and just to get each other better. So I'm excited to play with her again. I got to watch her over in China a few times, and she was balling out, and I'm sure as soon as I get on the team with her, she's gonna ball out again. I'm just glad I don't have to play against her.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Obviously, when you guys are on the court together, obviously you saw what you guys could do at Norfolk State. Definitely going to be able to duplicate that in the pros, doing what you do best. You yourself, obviously, all you know is winning. That's all you've ever had in your career, it seems like. So
Mhm.
obviously you're going to be able to take that over to the pro ranks to play alongside a lot of talented players, which you're used to. You play alongside a lot of talented players at West Virginia, a lot of talented players at Norfolk State, and even down at Daytona State in the JUCO ranks. I'm a JUCO guy. You see the FSW jersey behind me. I know you played
Yeah.
against my old team there, so got to shout them out. Got to shout out the JUCO ranks and wherever you've been. Like I said, you played with talent. I want to give you a chance once again to shout out some of these talented players to where I can reach out to them, have them on the podcast to talk about their careers, their stories, just as you're doing now. So, who would you say is up next on the Slim Sports podcast?
I would like to nominate Alicia Span. She also played for Daytona State and then she moved up to South Alabama. She had a great career at South Alabama. She's a great player and I love watching her all year and supporting her.
Hey, there you go. She was playing alongside one of my old FSW teammates, Renalta Mark, actually. So a lot of
Okay.
JUCO players on that team for sure. So South Alabama does love showing off the JUCO roots. They had a great run in, I believe it was the WNIT this year.
Yeah.
So obviously, great name right there for who's up next. And now we've got to talk about what's next for yourself.
Mhm.
It's been I've been trying to get you on the podcast for a little while. We've been having schedule conflicts because you've been
For
so
sure.
busy getting ready to go to the pro level to dominate, show people what you can do. So, I mean, obviously, you're putting in that work. What are you really putting the most work into this offseason to increase your stock to continue your pro career for years to come to where you can go off and help lead Greensboro to a whole lot of wins in year one of existence?
My conditioning. I want to get to a point where I don't want to get tired. So I've just been trying to get up every day, run like 2 miles or a mile just every day, just building consistency on my endurance because I want to be able to play 40 minutes for the whole 40 minutes. I don't want my coach to question if they have to take me out ever. So just being able to keep that endurance up and keep my longevity in this game. I know that I'm going to be playing this summer and I'm going to continue to play overseas. So I just want to be prepared for that. So my consistency with my endurance has been a big thing for me.
Hey, there you go. Obviously, if you ain't tired, you can keep doing what you do. And obviously,
Exactly.
we know what you do, and that's win ball games. So definitely can't wait to see what you do in your rookie year in the pros, being able to play alongside Diamond again in this brand new league. Definitely cannot wait to see what the Upshot League has in store. Shout out to them. Shout out to all the great players and teams with that organization there. So always excited to get you on, show off these highlights, show off your career, because obviously you have quite the story to tell. And you already know this time next year after your rookie season, you have a spot to get back on the podcast to where you can talk about your season, talk about how you're dominating and getting even more championships. So thank you as always for hopping on the Slim Sports podcast, Mimi.
Thank you, Jay.